Hello, hey everybody. What's up, y'all? I wanted to come live so I won't forget anything that I need to get across. This is going to have no shade. This is just going to be exactly what, where I feel certain things went left between me and Brian. I think, I just need to just let that out. So, I'm gonna be pretty quick with it because right now I just have some water. I'm having a water break. It's pretty hot today. Miss Fendi, what's up, baby? What's up, boo? Yeah, so y'all, why I'm in a good headspace right now. This right here, y'all knew. Me and Brian, we had started talking online and we did panels where we would talk about basically how we grew up in the lifestyle. We also had different topics that we would bring, around the B sector. It was never anything, too far off. We just had a good rapport, I feel, among each other. And I want to say it was kind of around the time where I was doing Love Connection too, on some sort of something like that. So, we would just have fun talking about different topics and all of that. So, you know, all good. We always had a good time. Dory, what's up, baby? Oh, thanks, boo. I appreciate you, boo. Oh, darling, I hope our blue is acting right today. I know it's a little hot, but tell Blue, chill out, Blue. We're gonna get him some shades and have her. We're gonna get her some shades and have her lying right there by the pool, baby. Kareem, what's up, babes? So yeah, PDP, what's up, my PD? So y'all, we had pretty much just a good time. We were talking about certain things in the B sector. Yeah, I was going up against like an old friend of mine at the time. As y'all know, Juan Key Pro, like I had a little issue with him. And then, amongst other, trolls. I was like fighting trolls and stuff like that. Really trying to make my way around here. I was lost, didn't really know which way to go. They like, oh, bro, you never was innocent. Never was innocent. You know how they say. Um, but no, really, I didn't really know exactly what was going on. And I would hope, somebody like Brian that was getting to know me would kind of know that about me. I think, maybe down the line he may have thought that wasn't the case. Um, so no, we were, just talking. Everything was, I saw how Brian was as a person, and I respected that. I did my best to. And we were, becoming friends. I think, and we never had any foul things to say about each other. And it went on like that. Now, pretty much where things went sour was after I'll say our first tick for tack happened. It happened around something with pastor went over and they were talking about something with Shakim. That's where it went left. I don't want to bring other people into where I saw things happen, but that was like one of the strikes, I'll say, that kind of had Brian saying certain things. But this is where, and y'all know, I did have a time where, we're around that time where I was fighting back with Brian on a level, but I still had that, I'll say that love and respect for him, that it came back. Like it came back. Hey, what's going on, Pazar? Shakim, what's up, buddy? Shakim, lovely one. Hey, y'all. So, yeah, that was, I'll say, like right around it. Because see, remember, it didn't even happen after he came and brought that story about what happened. him getting aroused in the hospital. It didn't even happen after that. I didn't have an issue with it. But see, this is something that Brian has, like, he started to do this. This was before Shaquem. He started to do that eye for an eye. He used to do that to me. I am not that type of person over here. I don't know. People feel like, okay, Rose sneaky. No, I was so lost when it came to like that beef sector, get back, get them, Gotti, that stuff. I wasn't doing that. Brian kept on saying, yeah, yes, you are. He was like, oh, you're getting an eye for an eye. I'm like, huh? I didn't even know what he was saying at first, y'all. Y'all can sit there and say, oh, Rose, you lying. It's not, you just playing. No, I didn't even. I was like, I wonder why he keeps saying that. We're friends. He should know that's not the case. If anything, he could come and like say, hold on, Ro. I feel like you was trying to get me back for something. And I was just like, get you back for what? That was never the case. But this is something, when somebody tells you time after time after time that you're doing eye for an eye, it's going to start reflecting. And you're going to say, well, dang, let me go ahead and do an eye for an eye. You do not want no eye for an eye friendship. That is not the way this goes. This is what happens right here. He was doing eye for an eye. But you know what was the last straw for me, where something flipped? I was still feeling like me and Brian's friendship was there. But y'all, it's something different now. And you know why? Because when he sat there and said he did not trust me when we were supposed to meet up, and he said it was because he thought I had a plot against him with Shaquem and with Demon Soul. That was it for me right there, y'all. I said, what? Like, how dare you actually feel like you can't trust me? And I did nothing that would make him feel that way. And he didn't come to me and say, bro, hold on, hold the phone, let's shut down the production. Bro, I feel this way about you. No, he didn't do that. He took that to somebody's platform, and that just told me up right there. I said, hold on, what? You don't trust me? Why would I ever try to do anything that would cause harm to him, or first of all, why I won't want harm coming to Shaquem or him or Demon Soul or nothing like that. So for him to even think that I would put him in that situation, and then to say bluntly he didn't trust me, that was wrong. It was no reason for him to sit there and say he couldn't trust me. So after that, I just took it all as, I'm like, it's a joke. It ain't nothing but a joke for you to sit there and say that. And I did not do anything for him to even concur that. And then he kept saying he never had a problem with Shaquem. I'm telling you, y'all, Brian, he knows what he's doing. If he sit there and always talking about a lick back, and then I tell him, Brian, I don't know now about a lick back. You're supposed to be my friend. I feel like he knows what he's doing, and yeah, I think he may have a little crazy with him, but he should know by the talks that we've had. I would never want to put somebody in a situation like that. Anybody, even if it was somebody that I wasn't even real, good with, I don't do no mess like that. Put somebody in a situation where, you bought the, like I wouldn't have talked to him about this, y'all. He really think me, I'm a preparer. I want to say it, Brian. So we know for sure that Shaquem and Demon Soul are coming on the trip. Are you okay with that? Like, the conversation won't go happen. If you didn't want to meet up with me for any reason, that's all you had to say. But you did not have to sit there and say that you didn't trust me after all this friendship. friendship, months of friendship, you're gonna sit there and say you don't trust me, like, and acting like I really got something plotted against you. What was going on to where I wanted to plot something against you? You had already said what you had said to me, that we had got over. So that is really what I wanted y'all to hear. I think, y'all definitely deserve to hear exactly where I'm at and why I'm playing like this, why I am playing when it comes to him. Hey, Molly. Oh, Petey, you said, Ro, you need to leave Brian alone. That dude is toxic. Yeah, certain things that he does, I feel like it is what that leads to. Miss Darlings, what's up, boo? Oh yeah, you said, Ro, I told you last night not to give him your number. He does anything to get your attention, and you deserve better. Mm. Rachel Truth. Oh yes, Molly. Yes, my my Rachel Truth. I know he sat there and he said he loved him some half and half, and he said Rachel Truth was his favorite sister, and now he wanted to take that back. Y'all should see. He took it back and tried to call her demonic. You ain't gonna call Rachel Truth demonic. I'm gonna do a reading on myself. Don't worry about it. I'll do a reading on myself. See where it takes me. Rachel Truth cards are pure. Y'all know about that Rachel Truth. Oh, so y'all, yeah. You say, yeah, picking up where Dragons left off. Yeah, and Dragons, I'm not trying to step in your shoes, baby. I'ma just, if anything, I'll do one reading and that's it. Once I kind of know what's going on with the cards. Because hey, I got a deck and the guidebook. I'm not gonna leave that to waste. Yeah, I brought it when I was supporting Rachel Truth over there on Instagram. But yeah, that is, really though what I wanted to say. Because, I don't want Brian, or anybody just to think like, oh, Ro, you just going off on me. No. Brian, you should know, if you think about it, just how a friend, somebody you call a friend, would feel when you sit there and you say you don't trust them and you feel like they're trying to set you up. Just imagine how I felt when he said that I was trying to set him up. I said, what? Like, hold on. What is going on here, partner? Why would you say something? Why would that you even think about something like that? And you shouldn't be vague about it. And like I wasn't gonna tell him. I was just gonna have somebody come. We had one conversation when I think it was me, Demon Soul, and Shock Him. It was like one conversation. And I don't even think he heard it. I feel like he heard it. He heard somebody tell him that from hearsay. That's where I feel like it went to. Because if I would have thought he would have called me right after that if he would say, hold on, well, I feel like it's some funny business going on. You know how I may feel about Shock Him. But see, Brian kept saying that, oh no, I don't have no issue with Shock Him. That's what he kept saying. So either you got an issue with somebody or you don't. And, I guess he had certain things going on at the time with Demon Soul too. But what is somebody going to do to you though? I already been somewhere with Shock Him, and Shock Him definitely Shock Him got a issue like that with you. Shock Him has not, when you've seen beef between those two men. Shock Him usually like be on a playing type thing all the time. Brian is the one that gets fully upset. Yeah, and we've seen that. That's just how he beefs. A lot of times he gets fully upset. So you think Shock Him gonna want to do something to you? He was going through his own beefs in his own sector, and then he may have had certain things over here too. But Brian, where he go? Y'all, I'm telling you, Brian. So yeah, I definitely am glad this right here This is it. I'm not going. I'm not gonna give you no more shade, Brian. You ain't get no shade. But you just need to know though that right there is why I feel this way right now. Why I just feel like playing. I can still play with you, but that's all I feel like. When you get serious, I'm just not feeling that no more because I was very serious and sincere about the friendship, and you played it like some YouTube shit. That's if we gonna talk about this. How he played this the whole time. And remember what did I keep saying that y'all may have heard me say? If I won't saying it to him on the phone, I was saying that I was like y'all. I was like Brian, this ain't about YouTube. Like, don't make this YouTube. I'm not putting our friendship with YouTube. I always was saying that. I was like, no, but it is now though. After you say some stuff like that, that's the biggest thing right there. What happens over here? Somebody playing with somebody and towards something serious that could cause harm to someone. Why would I do that to someone I call a friend up here? And you supposed to know me. You supposed to know me. You should know that I don't get down that way. But apparently you didn't know me like I thought you did. So I hope he hears this. Y'all, I just wanted to come and say that little piece though. So this stuff can stop. I'm gonna say this. I apologize if I said anything towards you, Brian, that you felt was humorous towards what you may have experienced in that hospital. I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. Um. Oh, Miss Darlings, you said yeah, Essence, Atkins, and Atkins and Rachel Truth. I love half and half. Yeah, through this journey. Oh, Miss Darlings, I love me some half and half. They were yeah, that was such a. I love that sitcom. That sitcom. They were. I was hoping that Rachel Truth would come out with a Netflix show or something. I haven't seen her in a minute. I gotta check up on her. Did y'all hear? Oh yeah, it's still Pride. We still invested in Pride. Did y'all hear it was supposed to be another Noah's Ark movie? I was like, what? Not Noah's Ark coming out with another movie. That used to be my show right there, y'all. I used to love me some Noah's Ark. Yeah, so I hope I'm not sure if that I think it's coming out this summer, and I definitely want to see it. They got all the characters that were on the actual show, the TV show. So yeah, that's gonna be a treat. I think Wade. I used to like Wade. I like Wade, and I like um Wade's boy Noah. Yeah, I used to like Noah. A lot of people used to like the guy Ricky, the hoe, but I wasn't really for Ricky. I don't know. It was something about him. They was like, oh yeah, Ricky was so fine. What his name, Ricky? Well, the hoe. Y'all know the hoe. And then I liked the one that dressed in drag, who had the boyfriend. I liked him too. The dark skinned one. He was funny, and when he dressed in drag, he was serving in drag. Oh, you said Essence should. Oh, Essence stays booked. Oh, yes, she do. Yeah, Molly, did you see her in Dance Movie? That was such a Dance Movie was funny. I loved her in Dance Movie because y'all know that was like that. Dance Movie, and I used to love the what you call those I can't even get that word out right now. The funny movies that are like making fun of real films. Like what was that film? that Lil Bow Wow was in. Step Up. It had Step Up in the other one too. And Chris Brown. But yeah, that's a parody. Yeah, parody. That's it. I used to love those parodies. I actually, you heard about another scary movie is coming out. Yeah, with the Wayans brothers. They coming out with another scary movie. Yeah, those were my movies. I was gagging. The second one, y'all, I was high as a kite on Scary Movie 2. When I tell you we had a ball. Me and my high school best friend. Thanks, Molly. Yeah, I think it definitely, maybe that was what I needed to do too, just apologize for my actions. Molly, you said I am gagged that he really showed proof. Oh, Molly, you mean the actual letter? Yeah, and well, yeah. See, I mean, the only thing I'm gonna say, I didn't say, I didn't not believe him. I didn't, I did believe him. But yeah. So, oh, what's going on? I am enough. Good to see you, baby. So, y'all, I'm glad that I did get that out because I thought about it and I was like, okay, Ro, where did everything go wrong? I was like, let me go ahead and think. I really got to think about this because I think people deserve to know when I just pretty much kind of gave up. Because at first y'all know I was down. I was down for Brian. I was. I felt that friendship, but I don't feel the way he feels no more. After that situation where you saying, "Oh, you don't trust me." Then last night, he was saying, "Oh yeah, I ain't telling you nothing else." I'm like, well, it's like there's nothing else left in if we can't build, and I would have to get back in that space with him too. I just don't feel that same space of things. Yeah, I mean, I could, I don't mind, being in his presence or something like that, but that, love that you have for a friend and all of that, it went away, unfortunately. Yeah, I did. I felt the way when he sat there and said that he didn't trust me. I did, and that he felt I was setting him up. That's a harsh thing to say to a friend that you should know, has your back. Even when he said, I wasn't loyal to him, but he knows that all I was trying to do, was meet with him and us have a good time. That's what we were planning, and then, he tried to make it seem like that I was trying to plan to for a setup. I would never, anybody that say they're coming to see me, first of all, that's a gift within within itself. I'm like, oh, I'm just pleased that you would even want to come to see me. Safety is first. And I said that. I said, Brian, your safety is going to be first. And you sat there and basically stepped over what I had to say and then tried to say I was trying to set you up. Fair persuasion. What's up, baby? Perspective. My fair perspective. It's good to see you, boo. Dear, I'm glad you caught my live too. Oh, Petey, you say he accused you of all the stuff he is actually doing. Yeah, Petey, and I was going to name this live that as well. Narcissistic behavior, Lifetime movie. It's given Lifetime. Okay. Yeah, thinking that type of thing happened. I mean, that type of thing definitely, crosses your mind. Narcissism, a what was the other thing I was saying? Oh, hypocrite. Yeah, like a hypocritical situations. A lot of that does, cross your mind. Paranoid. Yeah, I do feel like at times, Mr. Darlings, he is paranoid. You said, bro, why did he start hollering F Miss Darlings? No, he didn't, boo. Not my Miss Darlings. See, Ryan gonna get up off my Miss Darlings. That's for that's for sure, boo. I don't know why he be trying to stay on you, boo. I did not like the way he treated you though on the live that he did. I think he was doing he was doing his aerobics or his running. And he just started going off on you. I said, nah, I was about to hit that chat, boo, and really just start turning them up. I said, no, you ain't gonna be touching on my Miss Darlings like that. He did you all the way wrong, boo, and all you did was ask him a simple question. It's a mess. I was hoping, boo, that you would got that mod stick that time. Remember, he had almost got you a mod stick, Miss Darlings, but I think you had left out. I think you had made, I don't know, because he was gonna give you the mod stick. He was like, Miss Darlings, where you at? Can you get this troll? Because he was doing something. I was like, Miss Darlings, get that mod stick, boo. Get it, and you just start turn them up. Boo, I wanted you to do a Xena Warrior Princess on them and get the chakram and hit them right in the back. Say, ski. I want you to hit them in the back, boo. I said, dang, my girl, almost got that mod stick. Boo, but you'll get it again. Catch him, boo, catch him, darling. Catch him. Oh, but you said I'm going to ask Dovey how to dress a Brian candle. Oh my God! Oh, oh the Lord, Miss Dollar, you gonna put a candle on him? That's probably what he's scared of with me if I do the tarot cards. But no, I'm not. It's only gonna be one reading on me. If I really do it, I'm gonna do it. Sassy Francis, what's up, baby? Yeah, so y'all, I'm just happy I was able to tell y'all what changed in our friendship. My friendship between Brian and me. I wanted to let y'all know what had changed, and that was what it was. Yep. Hey, with time, things do heal. I gotta say, but no, I'm just on a level where that was a little bit too much for me. That really, with all the other stuff that could have happened, that really got to me. Because I said, huh? When he was saying it, he was making it seem like I was a poor planner. Remember, I had all that stuff planned for Brian. I was going to take him to the what's that thing called, y'all? The trap room, the escape room. I was going to take him to an escape room. We were going to the club. We were going to meet up with RNY TV, baby. It was just a lot of nice things that I was thinking that we could have done. I was going to let him be at his hotel, let him be at this hotel, and I was going to, come get him, and we were just going to have a good time. But yeah, that right there, I couldn't believe he said that. He could at least just said, I didn't want to go. Like, at the time I wasn't feeling comfortable or something. I would have been okay with that. But he sat there and he put that I was going to set him up. And he said that he didn't trust me to add fuel to the fire. I said, oh my God, if that ain't, you done stabbed me in the eye and dipped it in pickle juice and ate it like it was the Coming from America drag queen. You remember when who was when Wesley Snipes was that drag queen and he served that olive? He ate that olive like it was every bit of ball. He tore that olive up, y'all. I said, oh look at him turn up that olive. Next thing you know, Wesley Snipes was one of the best drag queens to do it, to make it. He said, hold on, let me serve in what was it called? What was it called? Wong Fu. Wong Fu. Let me serve some Wong Fu. John, he had to do me like that. Thank you, fair perspective, baby. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand my ground. Miss Darling, you said, Brian, do you think if Brian moved to or the more to a more gay friendly state, he would be happier? Actually, Miss Darling, I don't know. No, because Brian really doesn't like a lot of gay activity. I think other than the sex, and then he probably is the type that is like, no, this was wrong, this was wrong, this was wrong. Look what you made me do. He'll get into that. But other than that, he really doesn't like, how maybe a feminine guy kind of is. It's certain things he doesn't like because he kind of said it when he was talking about the guy that he calls the tutor. One time, he said he didn't really like the way that he was. How some gay guys are very sexual, but Brian, he was like disgusted. So I don't know if he could handle it. It may be good for him. It'll help him be a little bit more at ease with it. But I don't know. I feel like, in the future, he's going to want to, try to do his best to, kind of convert over. He is definitely going to be in his last days, he's going to be that gay that's going to be repenting, like trying to repent as much as possible in order, to make it into heaven. I'm sorry that was a little deep, but yeah, he's definitely, going to be doing that, or because he's the way he talks, he makes it seem like that's what's going to happen, like that I ain't gonna be doing this ish all my life, like especially before I may pass away. I gotta get right. So yeah, it's a very complicated situation. Uh-huh. You say if he sees more gay men, he won't be so conflicted. You think so, Miss Darlings? Yeah, maybe Brian hasn't seen that many gay men, because in Virginia, I've come across very feminine gay men, as well as you know men that you wouldn't know or wouldn't expect. And it's quite a bit more feminine men over here. We got feminine men, and yeah, I think he would feel more comfortable because it takes a while. When I was younger, I'll say like it took me a little while to get real comfortable with the real feminine gay men. It did, because y'all might not know, when you're a little uncomfortable with yourself, you will think like, oh, somebody may find me out. They be like, oh, they may find me out if they see me, with somebody real feminine. It's just the stigma. It's the stigma. Because even going to a gay pride event, that can be a little nervous. You can be a little nervous about that too. Yeah. And that could be like Brian could be nervous about that. Oh, PD, you said after Pride, there needs to be a shame day for. Oh, PD, oh my goodness, for guys like Brian. That is shame day. Shoot, you know what? That actually could make sense though, PD. Actually, yeah, that could make him more comfortable. A shame day, like to kind of just say, "Oh, I'm gay, but this is a heavy burden to take on." Something like that. So yeah, I could see that. Y'all, thank y'all so much though for coming in, and I just wanted to discuss that with y'all. Um, yeah, I think I really pretty much solved a lot right here. So y'all, other than that, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and head out of here. I'm glad I was able to talk with y'all today, and I'll be seeing y'all soon. Now I'm gonna just, what y'all know me now. Now I'm gonna just be trying to get back into my zone of, hey, this is Ro, and hey, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna be building myself, just that at peace. That peace got to come through, y'all. Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Let me go ahead and play some music. Yeah, y'all, and definitely shout out to Rodney and his family. As I know, he's going through this difficult time. Rodney is a sweet guy, y'all, and I just hope that he can fight through this. That's why I say fight through it, because you never get over the loss of a loved one. Miss Darlings, you said, bro, text Brian and tell him turn the comments on. He live. Oh, Lord, he done turned the comments off, Miss Darlings. Now done turned the comments off, boo. See, look, he don't want you to come through, Miss Darlings. That's a mess. Don't do my Miss Darlings like that now. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Y'all enjoy y'all lunch. This is about the lunch break right here. Enjoy. These dollars is hilarious. This is my baby.